Hello everybody, it's Richard Hart here. I just want to let you know that the Pulsechain.com mainnet has launched and PulseX.com on that mainnet has launched as well. I hope you guys are all enjoying it. We waited a couple years for this and it's finally here.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another day on Pulsechain. And of course, we're getting very close to wrapping up the end of the year. What is the 29th of December here in New Zealand already? It is currently 12:30 p.m. in the afternoon. I know it's still Thursday up in the Northern Hemisphere, but man, oh man, the year is advancing towards the end. And of course, 2023, what a year it has been for Pulsechain. Of course, launched on the 10th of May, 10:36 UTC time. And man, it's been a lot of fun so far. 230 days, man, a crazy time. And of course, we've got so many protocols to launch in 2024. It's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, Power City going to be the leader in that move. So I look forward to 2024. It's going to be pretty amazing as well. We recently had one of the juggernauts, Liquid Loans, of course, launch. And man, we covered that yesterday. What a powerhouse that has become. Number one stablecoin, USDL. And of course, over $25 million in stablecoins and growing. So really cool. We've got today's video is what was your favorite protocol on Pulsechain in 2023? Hold back your answer to that because I'm going to ask you later on. So stay tuned. That's in our second half of the live stream. Hold back on your answer. And I don't just want your favorite protocol. I want your top three, but I want them in the order of your, what your favorite order is from best to worst. Not in terms of worst, but best to least best. How about that way? Your top three. But hold on, don't put that in the chat yet. We're going to do that a bit later. So it's going to be a lot of fun for sure. So I hope you guys get excited. What was your favorite protocol on Pulsechain in 2023? We're going to cover that in the second half live stream. And you're going to know why I want you to hold on when we get to that. So don't make your decision yet. We're going to get there soon enough. So pretty fun. Now let's get into the chat there. We've got a few people in the house. We've got lives beneath. Hello, how are you today? Very good. Of course, the maxi strategy of this channel is the RH coins. And of course, we do talk about crypto, obviously, because we're in crypto. So we're going to talk about Pulsechain projects. We're going to talk about a few other things in crypto as well. So, but the Richard Hart tokens are the maxi strategy. Hex, EHEX, PLS, PLSX, and incentive for the win, 100%. Rock and roll there, lies beneath. Appreciate it. And we got Sandy Beach in the house, an influencer and a moderator in our Discord. Big shout out to Sandy Beach. Or at least on YouTube, I should say. We're Hex Force 1. Hello, everybody. Good to see Hex Force 1. Good to see you landing in the chat there. We've got Francis as well. I love Jesus. Hex. Hell yes, definitely looking good. We got Brian as well. What's up, folks? Brian's our community leader in our Discord. Big shout out. Hey, we got Maddie Allen in the house here today. What's up, y'all? Hex Token, I sent you a DM about the conference on Twitter. Yeah, I'll have a look at that and get back to you on that one, Maddie. A big shout out. And that conference obviously going to be mega huge. I think it's in the new year. In January, early January. So look forward to that. It's going to be a massive conference with all your favorite influencers on it. And of course, organized by Maddie Allen and his team. So big shout out for that. Pulsechain just keeps on getting better, and so does Hex. Hello from Sandy Beach. Big shout out to you, Sandy. We got Jiro as well. LFG. What's that war token? I haven't even seen that token. Good to see you, Jiro. We've got GetHex as well. Hi, folks. Good to see you, GetHex in the house there. Crypto Dan, hi guys, hope everyone is doing good. Yeah, I think everyone's doing pretty well. Blair's in the house there. Hi all, good to see you, Blair. And 100% says Manny, absolutely 100%. That conference going to be a legit big time there. And I think they're gonna have some AI. Is that right? AI? I think they're gonna have some AI. Let me know, Maddie, if you're having AI. I think you're doing some pretty clever stuff around the AI space there with animating influencers or something like that. Let me know if that's still the case. That will be an awesome conference, Maddie says Sandy Beach. Absolutely. All right, let's get into it. Oh, God, Wales jumped to the chat there. Teddy bear for the win. Teddy bear for the win. Yeah, I know someone else who bought some teddy bear the other day. It starts with a W, one of our moderators. So we'll see what happens in that space with teddy bear. And I think you can put it into Daytona Finance or something like that. They got a little farm there if you want to do that. And we're live, says Crypto 10. That's right. Matt Allen's famous for his opening line, and we're live. Maddie says, Yes, AI lip sync translation to other languages. Amazing. That is absolutely amazing. What a wonderful use of that technology. And of course, Matty is always innovating every time he does a new conference. So big shout out for that. Hi, Sandy from Francis. Let's get into it, folks. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got tons. Remember, hold off for your favorite protocols on Pulsechain. We're going to be going through that soon. So just hold on that one. We'll get to it, and I'll ask you when you're ready. When you're ready, right? But before that, we got Lies Beneath. Just managed to slip in there. Thank you for all your work helping our community, says Lies Beneath, a member for 19 months. A big shout out for your super long-term support, one of our longest supporters of the channel. And also a big thanks for that nice work. Right back at you, Lies Beneath. You come in every day and you post the alpha, and we appreciate that on the RH coin. So big shout out to you, Lies Beneath, as well. People notice those sort of things, so big shout out. Yay, says Sandwich. Yay. All right, that is awesome. Yeah, very cool. All right, let's get into it, folks. Without further ado, let's pull up the market news. We're going to quickly go through the markets. So let's see how we got on today. We've got the stock market here at the moment. The Dow Jones is up 0.14%, 53 points to 37,710. The S&P 500 is up 0.04%, almost 2 points to 4,783. We almost hit that 4,800 mark. And I guess we've got another day to go or so. I think so, yeah. So that should be fine. And the NASDAQ there just down slightly, 4 points to 15,095. So that's pretty much it. The US dollar up 0.25%. And of course up to 100.93 there, holding on to the 100 on the index, although we're expecting that to pivot to the downside when the interest rates pivot, right? Looking at the oil prices, we've got $72 and $77 for West Texas and Brent oil respectively. Pretty much West Texas is down 2.8%, so it's going to be good for the pump, right? Good at the pump, hopefully. Gold there is obviously making sort of a quiet little breakout like crypto. It's at $2,076 a couple of days ago, reached all-time high at around about $150, $2,150. So it's just off that, but doing pretty well. And silver, of course, $24.17. And as you guys know, if we get a strong Fed pivot, maybe we get it in March or May, and then, of course, the US dollar corrects to the downside versus trading partners, then silver could have a really super run. That's what some people are calling. Maybe a 4 or 5x on silver. That would be $100, $125. So we'll see what happens in that space over the next 18 months. That'd be interesting to see. That's pretty much it on the stock market. Let us jump over to crypto. Crypto here, Ethereum, of course, having a good run last night. And of course, is down 1% at the moment, which is not much. $2,356 at the moment. Bitcoin there at 42,711. Really faced that resistance at, was it 45,000? 44,000 there, and of course 48 is kind of the top of that resistance zone, down 1.9% at the moment. Bitcoin dominance though has fallen down 49%. Now this month we have moved into altcoin season just for the month, not for the quarter. We're pretty close to the quarter for altcoin season, but not quite there yet. But for the month we have got an out season month on at the moment, so that's kind of cool. At the moment, of course, we've got BNB is up 1.17%. Everything else is kind of down at the moment. Solana still hanging over $100 after the big run up. AVAX is down a bit there too, 5%, 6%, almost at $40. What else is looking interesting here? That's pretty much it amongst those. We saw BSV has rallied the last couple of days, so it's up to $91. So mad gains on that. I think it was up 50% yesterday, up 24% at the moment on the old BSV. So that has managed to power back up. Probably relatively considered undervalued, I guess, by the market, but that has been on a tear. We see Uniswap is up as well, up 9% there. So that's kind of some of the highlights at the moment. And of course, Cash there has been one of the best performers in crypto over the last 18 months. Maybe 18 months actually, up there 7% on Cash. So no surprises there. Let's get a bit closer though to Bitcoin, and we can see our macro map on Bitcoin, right? This is our macro map. And what have I got it on weekly? I got it on the weekly. So let's go back to the daily. It's too scrunched up on the weekly there. So we are still bouncing on the 20 EMA. That's that yellow line, exponential moving average. And of course, we have just bounced off that again there at the moment, 42,700. We have the high of the day so far. It was 43,830, and we're currently at 42,753. So we're still in this zone here. Now, what's the big news, of course, is the ETF window. The 10th of January is when we're expecting approvals, 90% chance of that by top analyst Stefart, we've been following. and where we're at the moment, 13 days to go, 13 days, 2 weeks as well. Now, we want to always, although we're super bullish about the bull market ahead, we really have triggered off into the bull market since, say, the end of October, November, and we're really bullish about the long term into 2025. However, with the run up, there's also a lot of traders and heavy profits, so we have to be cautious about, sell the news event, and it may be a mini sell the news event. Maybe it's a mini one, we'll see. But a bit of a sell news event, and then up and away for the longer term bull market. It's kind of the place we're looking to see there. So let's jump over to some cautionary tale. It's always good to have the counter, from the rally, the bull rally, a bit of sobering counterpoints. We got Bitcoin expected to correct to as low as 32,000 next month, following the potential approval of spot Bitcoin ETF, according to data provider CryptoQuant. In what is being described as potential sell and news event, CryptoQuant said in a note to CoinDesk that traders' unrealized profits, and this is probably the key insight here, traders' unrealized profits are currently lingering at a level that historically precedes a correction. So that is their logic there. Sell the news is a well-known term in capital markets. It describes how asset prices, leverage, and sentiment run up in the lead up to the bullish event, only for prices to tumble shortly after. So maybe there's going to be a big opportunity there for you to pick up a lot of Bitcoin and other assets in the lead up on the long term bull market that we've entered into. But of course, we can have pullbacks on the way. This is because astute traders capitalize on the overcrowded long trade, trapping those with leverage and forcing them to close or get liquidated as price goes against them. We've seen a lot of that happen, of course, over time. And ETF being approved is perceived as a bullish event, as it will open up inflows to Bitcoin from institutions, thus creating consistent buy pressure. Short-term Bitcoin holders are experiencing high unrealized profit margins of 30%, and that is kind of a trigger level, which historically has preceded price corrections in red circles. And of course, we've got those here. This is the evidence here on all the previous price triggers here. CryptoQuant wrote in a note, moreover, short-term holders are still spending Bitcoin at a profit, while rallies usually come after short-term losses are realized. Just remember that. So CryptoQuant added that Bitcoin price may decline to as low as 32K, which is the short-term holder realized price. Capriol Investment said that conservative portfolio management makes sense in the lead up to the potential approval of a spot big ETF. And as we said, we've got 13 days to go. So just be cautious around here. Maybe if you're looking to pick up some more Bitcoin, maybe just let it run through the approval, and let's see what happens there. You might be able to pick up a lot more Bitcoin for the long-term bull market there. With Bitcoin up over 60% since ETF mania began a few months ago, and with every man and his dog on X expecting an approval on or around 10th of January, we must start to anticipate much larger volatility up and down in this region. Risk today is substantially higher for long Bitcoin positions than it was just a few weeks ago. Now, we do get the countenance to this, of course, about the big players holding on, not wanting to sell for dear life until it reaches like 400,000, 500,000. But we do see traders up and down on the news. And of course, people can go short and long in the market as well. In Bitcoin history, sell the news events are common. 2017, Bitcoin topped out at 20,000 after the CME listed Bitcoin futures. And in 2021, the world's largest cryptocurrency peaked again, hitting 65,000 after Coinbase completed its IPO before losing ground in the following months. Bitcoin is currently trading, of course, in that 43,000 zone. So just a little word of caution there. We've got 13 days to go to that potential event. So we'll see how we get on through there. But it's always good to keep a lot of dry powder on the side there in case to pick up those opportunities of the sell the news event. All right, so that is pretty much it. We've got Ethereum at the moment is moving along there as well. Ethereum looking pretty good. In fact, I'm on the weekly here as well. Let me just move to the daily. This is the daily chart. So Ethereum looking really nice here at the moment. 2,355. Very cool indeed. Of course, we have a seller news event on a Bitcoin. We'll probably have a more aggressive one on Ethereum. That being said, we do have Prodank sharding coming up, I believe, in January with some of the testings going on there. That particularly is good for Optimism and Atrium, which get the second layers get the uplift from that, potentially better speeds and so forth. On the road to full dank sharding, right, further down the track. So we'll see how it goes with that. That is Ethereum looking very good at the moment and well above the 20 EMA. You can see that. And the golden cross is playing out like a boss. So Ethereum looking really good there. All right, let's move on to Pulsechain. Day 230, of course. We're going to get into that. We've got a few other people jumped in the chat here though, so let's make a few more welcomes. Archie's in the house. Hi all, good to see you, Archie. Welcome to the chat there as well. We got Joey Torres. Hi all, good to see you, Joey. Maddie is AI, says Godwell. Well, that's the tricky thing about these things, right? Who's AI and who's real? That's the thing. We got Wookie in the house there. Oh, that starts with a W. I was talking about someone with a W earlier. Wookie is on the map. Hey, Wookie, on the spot. Good to see you. And we got Tin Top in this as well. What's up, Hexkins? Good to see you, Tin Top. Welcome to the chat here. It's just started raining here. Can you believe it's supposed to be summer? You keep boasting about summer, and here it started raining outside, so that's hilarious. All right. Let's move on from there. Pulsechain, day 230. We got price of Pulsechain at quadruple 063, down 4.3%. 63% of sacrifice price there, so just down a little bit today. Pulsex at quadruple 0172, down 3.67%. We've got the buy and burn is looking pretty good, 624 billion, and that is 3.04%. I repeat, 3.04% of public supply has been bought up and burned so far, so that's really, really cool news. Incentive token there is down 4.77%. The ratio is still sitting pretty nicely after the bounce at 9,513 pulse per one incentive, so that's looking good. We got 20 million in supply and 116,000 burnt through the TRH game from Jacob's ecosystem. PX at the moment just under a penny, 0.0986, so just under 9/900th of a penny. And we've got EHEX there at 53/100th of a penny. Combined price of EHEX and PX pretty similar to yesterday, 1.52 cents. PX is down 4.62%, of course. So that is the results for day 230. Let's have a look at some of the charts. This is the chart that we've got at the moment. So we had our EMA cross here with the little cross sign, blue cross, and that's played out pretty well so far. We're just riding up there at the moment. Hopefully it remains aggressive and we get to move much higher and test some of this resistance at 7,700. So that's up ahead of us there. How far is that to go? Bam, that's probably around about 23% gain. So that's quite doable in crypto. Let's see if we can get that on sooner than later. Now, obviously, we've got all these projects expected to launch in 2024. So that's ahead of us, folks. And we'll get there eventually. So look at the RSI. RSI here is just cooling off at 57. So there we go. But we've still got an uptrend in the RSI as well. So everything's still looking okay here on Pulsechain. In fact, to the upside, one would argue. All right, so let's move on from Pulsechain. We've got Pulsex at the moment. Also pretty similar stuff there. We've got this cross here on the EMA, bullish cross there, and we're just riding it up pretty nice gradually, I guess is the way you want to put it. And we're still on the top of the Bollinger Band, so that's kind of neat too. And the RSI there is cooling off at 55, which is kind of cool too as well. And what are we waiting for? Power City Earn Protocol. That's what we're waiting for. It's going to make a third native stablecoin, PXDC, take a lot of Pulsex off the market by collateralizing Pulsex. Big deal. And we already see that we've got over 3%. 3.04% has been bought up and burned already, and now you're going to take a whole ton off with Pulsex in Power City. I think that's going to be bullish, and we've seen how successful so far, even within a few weeks, how successful Liquid Loans has been in taking off something like, what would we say it was yesterday? 6-7%, something like that of the supply. It's pretty amazing in that ballpark. So what will Pulsex do? It's going to be absolutely wonderful to see what happens there in the new year. The other one, of course, is incentive token, riding up the bottom here at 60 cents at the moment, like a boss, doing pretty well, actually, and enjoying what's happening here with the incentive token. Let's have a look at the PHEX at the moment. We've got that CMN, the EMA cross here as well. And, of course, that was a bullish sign. However, it is getting a bit squeezed here at the moment. If we hide the price, we can see that we've still got it intact. So the EMA cross is still intact. But man, it's been tested a couple of times already. Sometimes these can be fake outs, right? But generally, you can see this one here was positive. We went down, so that played out. This one was positive. We went up. However, this one was kind of like it did play out down to the light, but it was very short-lived. And you can see a couple other crosses here that kind of fake outs. These ones kind of fake outs. So we do get fake outs, but generally, it's a pretty good indicator for an up trend there, particularly if you already got an uptrend angle on the trend. So we'll keep watching out for that. But at the moment, we also broke this resistance line as well, so pretty bullish. And we also got we had fairly bullish uptrends in the RSI. It was just cooled off there at 50 on the PHEX. And of course, are we going to get a double zone where we get a double here on the MACD? at the moment. Of course, we've still got that bullish move, but obviously we want to get a bit of reversal, maybe get a double top on there, see if PHEX can finally break out super strong. So we have positive indicators, just not quite there yet in the chart. Now, some people talking about market makers. Yeah, we're possibly in 24 expecting some sort of market maker. Are we going to have something happen in the new year? There's some people talking about that. Are we going to have something happening at the Bitcoin halving like we saw back in 2020? It was really nice to see Richard Hart's Christmas video. That was really, really great. And, of course, you can watch that here on this channel. So there's a couple of things people are talking about. Maybe set up a bullish move on Hex, particularly next year. There's a couple of different time zones that people are speculating on. We may see some action there, get a market maker. And, of course, it sets up a positive cycle, getting a market maker, getting that price moved up, because then staking becomes even more profitable. And, of course, the T-share pool, if the T-shares are going down all the time and the ownership pool, the payout for T-shares going up all the time, right? So there's some bullish stuff happening there, creates a positive cycle. And, yeah, at least for a period of time, especially in a bull market, it gets things really rolling. So we were looking out for that in the future in 2024. Yeah, boy. Yeah. All right. So that is PHEX there at the moment, just chilling. Not quite, hasn't got quite an EMA cross yet, because you can see the gap is still there, hasn't crossed yet either. But this could revert and make some sort of convergence play with PHEX at some stage, and maybe they're the same price in the future. Just depends on the timing and the what's happening with Hex generally, I think. So keep a lookout for that. Could be some mad upside on that, on the Hex on the Ethereum. So that's kind of it for the hexes there. Let's go back into Pulsechain and check out the validators. Where we up here on the validators here. We are currently at are we at 50,000? Yeah, we're at 50,000 exactly. That was funny yesterday. It wasn't, but today we are 50,000 validators exactly around the world validating Pulsechain. Pulsechain really is the people's chain, and we love it. And of course, the amount of a Pulse that is now staked with validators off the market is 1.61 trillion, which is around about 10% of the supply, which is pretty amazing. Add on liquid loans to that, and we're up at like 16-17% off the market, which is bullish there as well. All right, that is pretty much there. Let's go to the gas prices. We did have some issues with the gas prices the other 2 days ago. That seems to be patched up and working again now. We have 123,000 beats. We got 0.2 of a penny for a Pulsex swap, which is so super cheap, man. And we got 200th of a penny for a Pulse coin transfer and 500th of a penny for a PRC20 transfer. We're 13,000 times cheaper than Ethereum at the moment. That's $30. And of course, Ethereum's gas prices haven't been too bad over the Christmas holiday period, so kind of cool. And we're 46,000 times cheaper than Bitcoin, which is $7.50 to send a BTC. But you'll probably get it in sometime in the future when you're in retirement or something. I don't know. But that is pretty much it for day 230. We're going to be starting day 231, folks, and looking forward to it. Let's quickly go to some of the highlights here in some of the other categories. We're going to go to the top PRC 20s. This is our second category. We'll have a look at a couple of the leaders here. We've got Treasury Bull up 10%, Teddy Bear up 18%. I saw a couple of you in the chat there invested in Teddy Bear, so it's 18%, so congrats to you for that. Pepe is up 8% on Pulsechain. What else is doing well there? Uniswap is up 20% there on small liquidity. Those are some of the leaders in the top PRC 20s. Let's go to the top memes as our third category and have a quick look at some of these. We sort by liquidity, because obviously the bigger liquidity pools, the bigger the potential market there. 6.5% on Access Alive. Man, this thing just does not stop. One of the influencers, Access Alive. Look at that thing. That has run up very, very beautiful. So congratulations to Access Alive in this community. That is a really, really lovely run up there. How much is that in this wee wild time? 480% in 22 days. So I'm sure there's some pretty happy investors in the Access Alive community there. What else we got going? I think that's it out of all the meme coins there. Let's jump over to the main event, which is category number 4, Pulsechain projects. And of course, let's have a look. This is what we're going to be talking about today, like a boss. And of course, we're going to, instead of sorting by liquidity, now we're going to keep sorting by liquidity, but we're going to scroll down and see if we can find anything that's actually up today. Weight tokens up 2%. That's up a little bit there. Plants up 1.4%. PLN or Pulse LN is up 1.3% as well. That's pretty much it. So everything's pretty much down. Seeds up 4% there. So that's pretty much it on the move at the moment. Let's quickly look at 9-inch, just a bit closer at 9-inch. 9-inch there is down at 8,900. So yeah, still not being obviously not priced up, being priced by the market down based on performance. Nice to see a few more YouTube videos out, but still a lot of work to be done in the marketing there. They just need to hire someone in marketing and get someone doing regular promotions, and that would help a lot, as well as obviously putting up new pools and partnerships and things like that. All right, the other one is the TRH protocol. We'll quickly look at that, Jacob's ecosystem, and we're expecting some big news around this, particularly around PulseBot soon, and obviously TYZZ and other projects. So stay tuned for that. I'm still waiting for Jacob to get back to me, setting up a live stream, probably for the new year now. I was hoping to get it in before the end of the year, but it looks like it'll probably be new year. All right, that's pretty much it on those ones. So let's get to the main event. We're going to get into the main topic. This is our first half of our show, is the market update, but a second part is going to be on what is your favorite protocol on Pulsechain in 2023. But hold back, don't tell me yet. I want your top three, your favorite ones, not your worst ones, but your favorite ones. And don't tell me yet, though, in the chat. We're going to get that soon. Before we do that, though, we're going to go through all the different projects. And this is not all of them, but is a lot of the big ones. So hopefully you guys enjoy the list. We haven't got everything up, like all the NFT marketplaces and stuff like that, but we've got a lot of them, and we're going to go through all that stuff in a second. We've got Crypto Class in the house there. Morning. Another influencer in the house there, crushing it in the Pulsechain community. Big shout out to Crypto Class, and a big loving heart to Sandy. Good old Sandy. And we got Bobflesh King as well, with the Emoji King, with all the emojis. I love that. Looks so good. Finally made it to the live stream. Wife demands attention while on the Christmas break. Well, that's not unreasonable. Not unreasonable demand. Good to see Bloodfish King, and welcome to the chat as well. All right, so we get into it, folks. This is the second half of the live stream. We're going to get into what was your favorite protocol on Pulsechain in 2023. There are so many, and I'm not covering all of them. There's a lot that have launched. We've got a lot launching in 2024, but I'm going to be going through quite a few of the ones. And so watch the list. Write down your top three after the list has gone through. And if I'm missing anyone that you did like, put that on your list as well, because I'm trying to show a lot of them, but I'm not showing them all. But hopefully it gives you a good refreshing of what is out there on Pulsechain at the moment. All right, so I'm probably underplayed in the NFT market space on here, but apart from that, get in there on what your favorite ones are at the end when I ask you to post them in the chat. All right, let's go. Without further ado, let's get into it. And of course, we got Liquid Loans, of course, the big juggernaut, the biggest sacrifice project, launched, and of course, just recently. Obviously, they've launched 3 protocols: Pulsechain Safe, Multisig. Fetch Oracle is ramping up. That's been launched. That's going to be opening the gate to a whole ton of projects on Pulsechain that need some pretty complicated information, price calls and non-price calls and things like that. It's also Liquid Loans. Obviously, profound event here, collateralizing Pulse, taking Pulse off the market, and of course also issuing our second stablecoin, USDL, which is now the #1 stablecoin out of any stablecoins, whether it's a Bridgeton stablecoin or native stablecoin. It is #1, and of course must be over $26 million by now. I would suggest. So very, very cool. The mainnet has been launched, of course. $50 million sacrifice project. Yeah, $26 million in stablecoins, and a massive 940 billion, almost 1 trillion of the 16 trillion Pulse has been taken off the market through this protocol. So a big shout out. We had Crypto Crazy, of course, on only about a week ago, and that was a fantastic live stream. Go check that out if you haven't already. But Pulse Liquid Loans doing amazing. Some of the cool things, of course, borrowing USDL, borrowing stablecoins, putting your Pulse in, enjoying nice rewards and stability pool. And staking pools, those yields are like 159% for the stability pool, 55% for the staking pool. Plus, there's rewards and 150 billion loan tokens in the LP providing for the first 42 days. And I know some people like Sandy Beach and that have been loving it. So some really, really amazing things happening in there, and much, much more on the site. So Liquid Loans there, the biggest sacrifice project launched in 2023 just recently towards the end of the year, and has been a major, major impact, and will continue to make an impact on Pulsechain. They're going to bring a lot more to Pulsechain as well, talking about something around exit on Pulsechain. So I think we're going to see potentially a major partnership at least, and some big stuff onboarding, on-ramping, off-ramping type of solutions coming with Liquid Loans. So more to come from them in 2024. The other one, of course, is Power City, another one of the big sacrifice pools, $16 million. Now, this thing is a juggernaut, as you guys know. Liquid lines with so far with 3 protocols, and of course, Power City coming. It's already launched, of course, Portal X, and they must have made some sweet income with Portal X. The DEX aggregator, cross-chain aggregator, on-chain aggregator, 60 plus DEXs and 15,000 tokens have been a big help on Pulsechain since the launch. Had to overcome the OKX issue as well as the SEC issues, but have managed to keep providing services for the most part. And of course, probably earned a lot of fees doing so. And of course, that's going to benefit those in Power City Core probably in the new year, I guess, is when they're going to add those rewards in. I haven't seen them thus far. Obviously, Power City Core just all launched recently. And of course, that has been absolutely awesome. And of course, a high staking amount as well. Everyone got their airdrops, of course. And they're going to get rewards in 4 tokens. Can you believe that? 4 tokens. Pulse, PLSX, Loan, and USDL. That's going to be absolutely amazing. And look how much is staked. Amazing stuff there going on with that. And the price is holding up pretty well. So I think people are pretty happy with that so far. I do think Power City Core is going to be one of the most successful sacrifice projects out there. They are bringing so much utility to Pulsechain. It's going to be absolutely awesome. And new partnerships and all sorts of utilities. Really incredible project. So it's going to be pretty neat. Also, they've got the Earn protocol, which is on testnet at the moment. So you can play around with the Earn protocol, but this is going to be a juggernaut. It's going to collateralize PulseX and, of course, issue the 3rd stablecoin, of course, on Pulsechain, which is going to be a big deal. And we're looking forward to that, right? So PXDC could be tens of millions of dollars in stablecoins for PXDC. This is a very big deal. Now, we've got 26 million from liquid loans. We know that we lost 39 million through the bridge with Capital Flight after the SEC event. So 26 over 39 is pretty amazing. Let me just do that math quickly. So that was just liquid loans alone gave us 2/3 of the capital back just by internally generating it. Just like the Federal Reserve makes money, we can make money with collateralizing Pulse and PulseX. And so we're probably going to get tens of millions of dollars of collateral as well with PXDC through PulseX as well. One of our best marketing groups, and of course a huge community. So really excited about that. In addition to that, of course, they got Pixel Park coming. We're expecting 7 big NFT marketplaces. We've got 5 alive at the moment, and of course Pixel Park will be epic. And of course 9M one as well. So looking forward to that. And then we've got Amplifier and Accelerate as well. Amplifier front end for Earn protocol, and the Accelerate as well for compounding and redeploying Earn tokens. That's going to be popular too. So really cool. All the fees, of course, from all these different 5 protocols go into the core, and that's going to be pretty amazing. And I know many of you are waiting for those rewards, sweet rewards coming. So that is another amazing project coming. Of course, 9inch is also another one that's launched recently. Obviously, it's had quite a few hiccups, but you can decide whether it is on your top 3 list. Yeah, let's see how they get going in 2024. Can they fix up their marketing promotions and get that? So quite a simple thing to fix up in some ways. And they've got plenty of capital to do it, right? They've got $10 million or so through the sacrifice. So they should be able to set that up pretty well. And we'll see what happens in that space. A few more YouTube videos recently has been a good sign. So is that some green shoots? We will see. And of course, Randy Alaski is back from holiday and recently launched his note token. So that's kind of positive too. So Randy, obviously a big influence in the space. That's 9inch DEX there, of course. And of course, people are on there providing liquidity, having farmings. Obviously, bought single-sided staking to PulseX, even though it's rather modest. You can still do that on the protocol, which is kind of cool. Let me just switch over to Pulsechain here. So obviously they got farms and all that sort of stuff. Single-sided pools as well, staking pools, including PulseX. It's kind of cool there as well. Now, they're not the only ones that are doing single-sided staking for PulseX. Obviously, there's Sugarbeet from Beetroot, but it's cool to see. And of course, the TVL here, just under $10 million at the moment, $9.7 million, making it, I think, number 5 biggest TVL project on Pulsechain. So that is looking pretty good. Let's jump away from there. We're going to get into Coast on-ramping and off-ramping. Our fiat on-ramp is such an important provider. And of course, Richard recently talked about that in his Christmas video. Wants more on-ramping. And of course, Coast is the one that's led the way on that space. So big shout out to Coast. I mean, really has been a big deal. We saw yesterday, I think there's somewhere between 2.3 million and stablecoins. I think they've been up over 3 million. And of course, we look forward to their target being reached of at least 50 million over time. That'd be very cool. So if you do want to use Coast, the link's in the video description to Brian's link there if you want to join up to Coast and use fiat to directly on ramp to Pulsechain. So Coast has been brilliant. They have really been brilliant. They're fun, fantastic with their marketing promotions. Another great team up there as well, right up there at the top of the list there. But you decide what your favorite is. But hold on, we've got lots more projects to go through yet. Now we've got Pulse LN, of course, another on-ramping mechanism to Pulsechain. And obviously with Lightning Network with Bitcoin, a big deal, right? So you can do Bitcoin Lightning Network. Now they've added other coins and things like that. Ethereum, they got BNB, they got Optimism, Arbitrum, they got Hex and other things like that. So Solana, they've really opened up the opportunities there as well on their list. So a really big deal there and super fast. Now you always got to make sure you get a good rate when you're on ramping, but this is another cool on ramp from crypto to Pulsechain. So a big shout out to Pulse LN team there as well. And super fast. If you've used it, this really is fast. They really do deliver there. Just always check that you get the best rate with any of these platforms, right? So that is kind of cool. Now we've got something a bit different here. We've got obviously another project team is Pulse Drip, obviously super well known on BNB chain and of course on Pulsechain and Pulse Drip there. So that's kind of an ROI protocol if you like that sort of thing. And of course this has been actually performing pretty well most of the time, I think, compared to where it has been. Now obviously they have a couple of products in here, but kind of cool at the moment. I think Gardens are one of the key ones here too. $8.55 is the current price at the moment from the looks of it. So there we go. That is Pulse Drip. We've got also Tetra. We like high tech in Pulsechain. We want a lot of really clever developers to launch really clever protocols and technology on Pulsechain to be a leader in DeFi. And Tetra is one of them, right? Another team, of course, is Jacob's Ecosystem, which we cover a lot here on this channel. But Tetra has got some exciting stuff coming. And, of course, we're looking forward to that launching next year as well. Now, obviously, the Omnis there, pretty cool. And we've seen the Omnis launch. That's where you can swap 5 tokens into 1 token, which is pretty amazing, and do limit orders, so pretty awesome. And we're looking forward to new products next year with the Atlas Web3 front end, and of course Stratus, which looks amazing. Stratus is really clever. It's going to allow you don't have to be a coder, you don't have to know Solidity. You can be able to interact with smart contracts just by using visual pictures and of course connectors here and nodes, what we call nodes there. And you can set up limit orders and all sorts of fancy things interacting with smart contracts. So that's going to open it up to a lot of people, and I love it. So looking forward to that. They also obviously had their liquidity pools, which are very popular. So looking forward to Tetra as well. But at the moment, they've got Omnis, and of course, doing pretty well there with their DEX aggregator. And of course, that's going to ramp up. I think it's Pulsex at the moment, going to ramp up to more DEXs that they're going to be able to aggregate. So very cool. Well, Omnis, one of our top technology teams, I would say. Looking very cool. We've also got Beetroot, of course, Privacy Hub, done amazing. Beetroot's done amazing here. And of course, they keep crushing it here. Their recent launch, of course, they got Privacy and an Anon exchange there. They got OneSwap. They got their recent one there, the Sugarbeet. And of course, Sugarbeet there has bought single-side staking to a lot of Richard Hart coins. So we see Pulse, Beat, the token for Beetroot, Hex, Pulsex, Incentive Token, and Sweet Token, the reward there as well. And last time I checked, they had about 1.4 million in TVL. I'm not sure what that is at the moment, but that's been going on pretty well also. So looking good there from Beetroots, and one of our privacy solutions there, which is pretty amazing. SparkSwap moving to DEXs and kind of more speculative type of DEXs. SparkSwap there with their Sparkler. Sparkler was part of their special tokenomics to lock up their main native token. So they reward you in Spark. They want you to lock Spark up so you don't dump it all on the market. And of course, they don't care if you dump the Pulse, but they want you really to hold that Spark and keep the price up. But SparkSwap has been offering farms and pools liquidity and ticking away there as well. I think they also have the bridge. They got another unique. So we talked about Coast on ramp. We talked about the Pulse LN with the Bitcoin Lightning Network and other chains, but we also got Coast as well. Has that. Coast has the ability to go from Ethereum crypto with stable coins over to Pulsechain as well via Coast. But we also have that sort of a feature here on a SparkSwap to the BNB chain. So they use this sort of ownership token type of liquidity pool from the looks of it, and you're able to swap over there from different networks. So the Pulsechain, which is kind of cool from BNB. So kind of cool there on the old SparkSwap. and a lot of people have been earning yields on there, I guess. Now, another one, of course, is Internet Money from KG, obviously super well known. I love the alien themes here on their app. Of course, you can download. They are getting very close to their first commercial version, and V1 and I will be talking about it quite a bit on this channel once it's got its final audits and V1 is go live, because it's pretty much the native wallet to Pulsechain at the moment. I guess there's Pulse Wallet out there and a few other options, but this really is the kingpin at the moment, in my view, on our Pulsechain, and they are crushing it on their updates all the time. So really, really excited about where this is going to lead. App Store, Google Play, Chrome Web Store, looking very, very cool, and loving it. So, and of course, you can earn. One of the key measures that Pulsechain allows. We're super fast, super cheap, but pretty much most of our projects allow you to compound. They also allow you to share the profits of the trading on the platforms. Like for Wallet, you get to share that if you own the ownership token, which is really cool. Not like Uniswap where they take all the money, but you get to share the profits yourself. And I love that. It's a real democratization, egalitarian type of world on Pulsechain. Looking really cool. And I love the alien theme. Really smart move on that one. So Internet Money, another one there you consider for your top three. Pulse Rate. Pulse Rate here, kind of speculative. Liquidity pools, farming. They've got some pretty clever mechanisms in here. Now, I do understand that pretty much a lot of the Pulse Rate's probably gone to zero now. I think the Pulse Rate token, what was the tokens they had here? Let's just go to launch the app here. Have a quick look. They've still got $52,000 in value locked in here, but really the day has been over on Pulse Rate, and I think they've moved on to a new chain or something like that. But nevertheless, they still have a little bit of value left in here. Now, they have P-Share and Prate token. P-Share was kind of their value storage token. That would got to as high as $8,000. Can you believe it? $8,000. Now it's $5.52. So you got to be careful on these platforms. And, you know, they don't last long sometimes if their tokenomics isn't that great. Pulse Rate delivered what they said they're going to deliver. So it didn't seem to be any particular obvious issues here. But nevertheless, they had a lot of earning protocols in here. They still have a lot of their games on here, coin flip, dice, and roulette. They have obviously spot feature and liquidity feature there as well. And they had some TWAP dynamics to tell you whether you could stake or not as well. So that is Pulse Rate there. Pulse Rate. A lot of you may not even have heard of it, but that was definitely out early on Pulsechain, and it caused a bit of excitement. So that's another one you could consider. Now, Daytona, another one in the sort of DEX, more risky type of opportunities is Daytona. Obviously, being able to trade and exchange, provide liquidity, and then take those LPs, of course, put them in the farms as well, and you'll be able to do some of that. So you've been able to do that. They also have NFT auctions with their own NFTs and stuff like that in here. So kind of cool. You might have seen a lot of these stuff around. They're still posting a lot of stuff here around here. NFT collections, of course. They got that pumping around there. You may have seen that on NFT marketplaces. Referrals. They had referrals, which I kind of like. I never used it, but they kind of like there as well. And they have links to all the cool things like Pulsechain and stuff like that. So a lot, not too bad site. They've been obviously a pretty decent protocol over the time. Which is pretty good. I was just trying to see what the, let me just make sure I'm on the right site here. TVL, they still have a pretty decent TVL, really. I mean, it used to be up in the millions, and now it's 625,000. I haven't looked at the composition of those TVLs, but obviously the farms there, you can earn some yields on different pools. And like I say, I think at the bottom, they do have a pool for Teddy Bear. Yeah, there we are, Teddy Bear. It's a 52% yield on there. But it does have a 4% entry fee. So there we are. That is Daytona. Let's jump around to B9 now. Looking to security. Of you guys might know Papa B. And of course, he's really focused on security there with hard wallets and all sorts of stuff. And of course, he did B9. That did really, really well out of the gate there, and has performed for quite a while. So that's B9 there. You may have been across that. We're not going to go through the website, but that is some of the cool stuff there from Papa B. Now, obviously, we're talking about some of the top tech teams. Obviously, Tetra is doing a great job, but also we've got Jacob's ecosystem. We've had Jacob on here a number of times, and I really like a lot of stuff he's doing. It really is smart, innovative stuff. It's not forking projects. You know, forking projects has its own set of issues, but when you're innovating, it's just so much bigger, potentially, especially when they're complicated. They have a lot of price calls and all sort of stuff. You got to, run different attack vectors and make sure it all operates. Well, TRRH has done super well. One of our top GameFi protocols on Pulsechain. Now, obviously, it had an issue with one of the codes, got exploited that way, but the team did their best to compensate. And of course, we're looking for V4 coming up very, very soon. So excited about that, including other projects like Pulsepot coming up, and of course TYCZ on BNB chain, and of course obviously the other one, the big stablecoin Algo PUSD that we've been covering on this channel as well. So very excited about where it's heading. V4 is supposed to be a particularly big upgrade, so we're looking forward to that as well. We've seen some recent action on some of the tokens, Burn, Plant, Water, etc., TRH, and of course we're looking forward to where that's heading in the future. All right, so that one there, let me know. Now, obviously, I haven't covered all we've got 5 NFT marketplaces up at the moment. Mintra is one of them. I haven't covered all of them. Sorry, I haven't pulled them up, but we got Mintra here, the smartest Pulsechain NFT ecosystem. Obviously, one of our biggest sacrifice projects as well. So that is ticking away there. You guys can let us know if that's one of your favorite ones too, with Gerardo, one of the influencers. We got Pulse Market, another NFT marketplace. And of course, that's ticking away as well. Now, we do have others. I might actually bring them up while we're here, since I'm covering 2 out of 5 of them. It doesn't seem fair not to cover them all. Obviously, Beetroot was up first. Didn't have any sacrifice, but man, they crushed it on the volume, trading volume, haven't they? And they got their V2 version coming up soon, and it looks pretty good. So I look forward to that coming up there. All these marketplaces are having a big deal into making a bigger environment. So really looking forward to that. NFT on Pulse is another one, isn't it? So we'll pull that up quickly. So we've got Pulse Markets, Mintra, Beetroot, NFT on Pulse. It's coming up there as well. And I think there's a 5th one. I just forgotten the name of it. But that is coming up as well. NFT on Pulse. Let me know in the chat what the 5th one is. I just can't remember now. But that is, they're all up on the markets, and they look great, don't they? They all look pretty good there. So very cool. What else? We got communists. I know you guys are communists. I know all of you watching are communists, except for me, I'm a capitalist, but you guys are communists. We got Communist Dashboard. It's ticking away as well. Oh, that's been going up. It's been surprising how many pumps this has had on the project there, and a lot of it was given away for free, right? So that's been ticking away there, old communists. Now, we've got Web3 games. Yeah, we did. You don't think we have got any Web3 game stuff on Pulsechain? Yeah, we do. We have Vamps on here. We need a lot more games like Web3. That is part of the future of crypto. But we got Vamp XYZ that have come to Pulsechain. Now, you can stake your assets, of course, and you can explore the games. I really hope that their games, I haven't looked at much of it. They've got a couple of games, and I hope that they start to add in Pulse into some of these games. I think they're mostly BNB at the moment, or something like that. But yeah, you can stake your assets, of course, and earn some very high rewards. They've had very high rewards on the polls for the assets. They've got single-sided staking there. Pulse APR at the moment, 146% at the moment on a Pulse. So that's ticking away. We've got Velocity. So Velocity's been on Pulsechain. So you can do that too. What else they got on here? Velocity. So let us know if you've been using that at all. I haven't really played much around with Velocity, but they are trading on the old Pulsechain. In fact, we go to Pulsechain projects. Pretty sure that's in the here down here somewhere. Let me just sort by letters. That would be the quickest way to find it. Velocity, no, Vamp. I had Velocity. I don't know why, but anyway, there's Velocimeter. Now, some of the big juggernauts. We'll talk about Liquid Lines and Power City, but one of the biggest ecosystems on Pulsechain is the PH Universe, and they have absolutely done amazing. They've done a lot of forks, of course, but there's always a lot of issues to getting those launching properly. We've got Fiat, the fork of Aave, has been launched on Pulsechain. We can see it's got almost $4.8 million of capital on there at the moment, which is pretty cool. So that's doing really well. You can borrow and lend, and people have been able to do basic leverage on that. And of course, you'll be able to stake as well and earn there as well. So people have been enjoying that. Fame, also the fork of GMX and perpetual trading and swapping. Fame has been amazing. The numbers are unbelievable. We've had 1.6 million in fees from this protocol, which is unbelievable. It's fantastic. Now, we've obviously had open interest that's been pretty high too, about 1.5 million, which means that people are going short and long. 1,300 users so far on here, and the total volume 331 million. Incredible numbers, up 300,000 so far today. So some really incredible numbers. Now, one thing I would say is that traders have been very profitable. Traders have been absolutely profitable there, almost up $1.1 million, which means that that's come out of the PHL pool. Good thing that they've earned so many fees, right? 60% of those fees go to them. So it's probably helped to mitigate some of that at the moment. on there. So some pretty incredible stuff going on there with Fame, and of course that's part of the PH universe. So you got Fiat, Fame, and of course the other one is I pulled up Fiat already. I think it was PHUX. I was trying to bring up PHUX here. So let's bring up PHUX. PHUX is the other third one. Obviously they got the fatty wallet, but that's not really got a TVL on it. And PHUX of course is was it number three, I think, after Pulsex. So Pulsex, Liquid Loans, and then PHUX, I think, in the right order. So $22 million of TVL. That's been up into 40 millions. Been up into 40 millions, currently at 22. But the volume through here, 418 million. And hey, look, if you go to Deck Screener, and you look for the markets here, let's go to find Pulsechain on here, and you check out here. I don't see no PHUX up in the pools here. We got Pulsex, Spark Swap, 9-inch, Uniswap, Pulse Rate, Sushi Swap, Velocimeter, and Easy Swap. But I do see no PHUX, and so it looks like we are 24-hour volume is under number here. It's probably closer to 12 million or so if we included PHUX. So just interesting observation there. Now, obviously, a lot of big pools in here. We got PHUX pools here. We got bridged and stable pools. 4.3 million, 2.4 million. We've got RH Max tokens, Maxi there. You can. I love that this fork of balancer. So PHUX is a fork of balancer. So PH Universe has forked some of the biggest protocols on Ethereum. That includes Fiat, GMX, and Balancer, and it brought to the Pulsechain, which has been wonderful. It's been fantastic. These are heavyweight protocols on Pulsechain, and really, with other big ecosystems like Liquid Lines and Power City and a few others that are out there, it is a big deal. $2 million in this as well, and looking pretty good. And of course, they work very quickly with other teams. So here you can see the stablecoin CST. They quickly contact other teams and they think are worth value, and they quickly try to make stability pools and things like that. So they're very proactive, and that helps Pulsechain overall. So very cool on that. So that's from the PH universe, those three protocols. And I think there's probably been a pretty successful sacrifice process as well. And I think as far as I know, people are up pretty well on that process there. So not all sacrifices are created equal. And it looks like the PH universe one's been a very successful one in there. Now, moving on, we're going to get to 9mm. Of course, 9mm's is an ecosystem as well. They've launched their V2, V3 DEX, and at the moment, you can see it's got 135K liquidity. They're doing kind of an organic launch, so we'll be watching this. I think the high here has been 443,000. They're currently down at 153. So we'll see where they head into the future with their other protocols. Obviously, they're looking to have one of the 7 NFT marketplaces launching as well coming up in the future. So we're expecting Pickle Park and 9mm to have their own NFT marketplaces. That would be number 6 and number 7 ticking away there. Now, some of the other projects we've had is Texan Token, the first endowment token on the Pulsechain. Of course, this is headlined by Rag to Riches and Crypto Heartbeat, two of our bigger influencers in the space, and they have launched 2 endowment tokens. Texan Token is one of them, and that's been pretty cool. What was the other one that they launched? It's got a funny name that I just don't remember, but it's here somewhere. But anyway, they got another DAO token. So they launched 2 of those. Texan, of course, is the first one there, and people are able to stake with Texan Token. Another one, of course, is the big DEX aggregator Proteus. Proteus has been like a boss and has become a dominant. We talked about Portal X. Proteus, of course, has become a dominant DEX aggregator. They also have MEV bot protection, which is very important. Particularly, some of the peers seem to be particularly taking the task. We've had bots on a Pulsechain since the beginning. Dipcatcher did some wonderful analysis on the bot trading and volumes on Pulsechain, and highlighted why Proteus is so important around MEV bot protection, and of course RPCs and things, using RPCs and stopping the bots being able to front run you and lots of stuff around slippage and things like that. So draining capital from Pulsechain and Proteus has been a big deal there. Pretty fast as well. Now, I think they've been upgrading all the time. I think they may be looking to bring a bridge to Pulsechain. I think they're working possibly on that, and staking as well. They've got a bit of a roadmap coming up as well. So they've got more stuff coming. We'll be covering that in the future as well. That's kind of how Proteus works, their mechanism, and it's been absolutely fantastic. So they have been just a wonderful blue chip sort of DEX aggregator there on Pulsechain. And I think they route through Pulsex, and all these other 9-inch DEX is there, Velocimeter, Easy Swap, 9mm, and PHUX. So they route through all those protocols to get you the best rate, which is pretty awesome. Now, another one we've had is Pulse Kittens. Pulse Kittens was out pretty early, sort of GameFi, DeFi, and it's been performing pretty well. Yeah, so It's been ticking away, the old Pulse kittens, and I know that a lot of people like the little kitten thing, and it's been doing well. So you can buy Pulse kittens on any of these platforms. Pretty cool there, as well as NFT markets. They're on all of them. Pulse Market, Beatbox, NFT Pulse. Yeah, Hex Toys was the one that I forgot. That's one of the 5 there, so I forgot to talk about Hex Toys. Hex Toys obviously been amazing in Hex and in Pulsechain. So there we are. That is the 5th marketplace that I forgot to talk about there. So those are the 5 that are up and running at the moment. Of course, we're expecting, Pixel Park and, of course, 9mm. And we're going to have 7 NFT marketplaces on Pulsechain, which will be amazing. And, yeah, it's going to be fun times. All right, so that's it. We're also Kira. Kira had a little thing about, moving from Pulsechain because some of Richard's stuff or something like that. And but they're still out there ticking away. So that is some of the projects that are on the list there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, let me know in the chat there. Let me know in the chat what your top 3. I've just gone through a lot of the big ones. Let me know if I didn't mention some of them. Put that in your list, the top 3. Let us know in the chat right now. Put it in order, number 1, 2, and 3. And that's pretty funny. So get in there, folks, and let us know what your top 3 protocols for 2023. Get in there now and do it. Let's get in there. Let's see some answers there. Your top 3. If you don't only want to put one really stood out to you, put 1. But if you want to do up to 3, put those in order. Get that in the chat right now. I'll leave you for a minute to do that. In the meantime, while you're doing that, I'm going to post a video and you can check out. Just wait for you guys to put in your top 3 after we just went through that fine list. So get into that. In the meantime, I'm going to play a little teaser trailer for the highest of stakes while you guys are thinking about your top 3. Put them in the chat there, folks. Your top 3 in order from best to least best. Get in there, folks.
Is Richard Hart. Genius.
Legendary.
The arrogant, bit of a narcissist.
The benevolent king.
$250,000. Hate me. I'm farther than you'll ever be in your whole life.
Whatever the governments have been doing, it's not worked out. You've never had worse interest rates. Your money has never been worth less. And the only thing that's making it better is cryptocurrency.
Crypto is money without governments, and it is money without banks.
You're not going to meet another product like this as long as you live. Yes, every scammer in the world is going to tell you something similar.
Good morning, everyone. Are you ready to look for some fraud this morning?
They are promising 40% annual return.
Everything I have worked for is staked in Hex.
Good.
I put it all in.
All what?
All of our house money.
No, I don't think that it's a scam. Because I trust Richard Hart.
If ultimately this is all a big performance art project, people are gonna get fucked.
So that means I should trust you.
Listen, I think you should trust me, but if you get into the habit of trusting people like me, you'll get the crap scammed out of you.
All right, so let's see what people said. We've got Jonathan Kampala in the house. SparkSwap and a Pulsetrip are my favorite projects on Pulsechain so far. SparkSwap and a Pulsetrip. Yeah, I know quite a few people got involved with SparkSwap, and yeah, Pulsetrip has probably brought over quite a bit of community from the BNB chain as well, as my guess, and has had its day in the sun as well. The garden is amazing on Pulsetrip, says Jonathan. Yeah, that was one of the features I highlighted too. Beetroot is great also. Yeah, I think Beetroot's been amazing. I still think it's underpriced on Pulsechain. We'll see how we go with the bull market ahead of us. Wookie agrees with you. Wookie loves the Spark as well, with SparkSwap. Yeah, and yeah, so it's been ticking away there as well. Let us know what your rewards have been like there, Wookie. What else? We got Craig Pitt in the house there. Morning all, and Merry Christmas. A big shout out to you, Craig. Welcome to the chat there as well. Archie says, what Jacob teased Radix Pot is coming also in Telegram today. Radix Pot on Radix. Wow. Okay. Wow. We'll have to talk about that after the live stream. Apparently there is already another team working on it, says Archie. Wow. Man, he's running like 5 teams now at the moment. Sandy Beach says, I like Fame. So Fame for Famous. Yeah, I think Famous has been incredible. The results have been outstanding as I read through them. Just amazing results for sure. So yeah, very, very cool. Yeah, Ophir is the other one. Yeah, so Texan token and Ophir, both the two endowment tokens, are launched there by Rag to Riches and Crypto Heartbeat, and doing pretty well from the looks of it. Sandy Beach says Kira was doing an airdrop. Yeah, they did something around that. I can't remember what actually happened to that off the top of my head, but it was supposed to be something like an airdrop on Pulsechain or something. And Charity says Liquid Lines is still a project I see a lot of people in. Yeah, Liquid Lines is just launched and it's huge. It's really big. Really is one of the juggernauts. So pretty cool. Now, I'm surprised not to see a lot more people in the chat there putting their favorites in. You had your opportunity. And so I've provided it there. Pulse, Hex, Liquid Lines, and Power City is Sandy Beach's list there. Very cool. All right. Nice one. All right. Can't disagree with that lineup. That's for sure. Godwell says, when Netflix, sir? I think it's already been on Netflix, isn't it? You're talking about Ice Stakes. The streaming service has already been up and running from what I can see. And we already did pretty well, I think, in the documentary sector and other stuff like that for that when it was first came out. All right. That leads us into our final, what are we doing? An hour? We're going into our final stuff. Let's get on it, folks. Hex.com. Check it out. You can buy Hex and burn it for T-shares. Start mining Hex today on either Ethereum or Pulsechain. Let's see the results, how we're getting on. We haven't got Ethereum out there. We're waiting for day 1487. But we have got Pulsechain, so day 230. And it's the 28th of December. Again, you believe it. And we're at 99/100th of a penny. That was the snapshot. So just under 1 penny. The payout per T-share, this is the main number you care about. How much Hex do you get per T-share? 6.734. So that's a really another good day in the office there for Hex T-share miners on Pulsechain. And the share rate went up 6.7 to 31,236. The average mine length 6.82 years with a 37.6% APY for existing T-share miners. The ownership pool with T-shares up 319 today. We got 9,754,000 T-shares in the ownership pool on Pulsechain. Looking at the lock percentage of coins, well, a lock percentage of coins is at 9.78%. Penalties today, really nice penalties, almost 1.5 million, and the reward pool got boosted with that. 65,690,000 Hex in there for you with your T-shares, getting that sweet, sweet rewards. Looking at the growth numbers, we're down 4 liquid holders on Pulsechain, but we're up 20 miners on Pulsechain to 124,625 miners on the old Pulsechain side there. Looking pretty good. We haven't got the ETH numbers out at the moment. They'll probably come out after the live stream, so we'll, might want to check on that later on, or we'll cover it tomorrow. We're up to day 1488 on the old Ethereum chain for Hex, and we're on day 231 for Pulsechain. And of course, you can check out hex.com and check it out. Now, if you want some help, of course, get into our Discord. We do have a crypto helpline in our chat in our Discord. We have lots of things. We got a big Pulsechain community, pretty much leading the Discord Pulsechain community there. 1,250 community members, perks, potential perks paid to paid members as well. We've got 6 chat groups. Actually, I need to update this, but we've got 6 chat groups that you can get access to. 3 audio chat groups as well. We just discuss projects and strategy and stuff like that. Lots of Pulsechain information, of course, on all the different on-ramping and off-ramping and cross-chain, Hex and Pulsechain, plus all the project teams. We've got so much info there as well. And, of course, I'm in there on a regular basis also. You can see some of the little sneak peeks here with some of the chat groups, which is pretty cool. And, of course, also some of the useful links and project links with a lot of the information. There's tons of information there as well, which is easy access. So pretty cool. All right. We also have Strategy Club as well. Strategy Room, if you want to get into that, that is $35 a month. General Discord is $5 a month, 16 cents a day. Strategy Club there is multi-chain. We don't just talk about Pulsechain. We got multi-chain and talk about some of the best projects on the planet. And everybody in there at the moment is crushing it. Absolutely doing an amazing job in the lead up to the bull market coming up ahead of us. So definitely join Discord. Links in the video description. And we look forward to seeing you. All right. That brings us on into a PUSD algo from Jacob, who Archie was just talking about. If you haven't gotten to this, this is going to be pretty much the 4th native stablecoin on Pulsechain. So excited about that. We're going to have obviously CST from Coast, USDL from Liquid Loans, and PXDC coming up with Earn Protocol from Power City. But also we've got PUSD Algo that is still on board at the moment. And should it meet capital requirements, then it should be all a go. We're expecting some big news around the promotion coming up in the new year from Jacob. So excited about that. Currently, you can get involved. It's going to be basically, you're going to be able to mint this is going to be an algorithmic, fully DeFi algorithmic stablecoin. And of course, that's going to help with the scalability and TVL for Pulsechain and attract some big players potentially. So we're looking forward to that. Algo to PUSD will be the two main tokens. You're going to need Algo to mint PUSD stablecoin. There's a prototype, of course, of PUSD on Pulsechain operating pretty nicely there by Jacob testing the technology. Now it's going to be fully DeFi. That means there's going to be no humans in the road of it, like there was for Terra Luna. There's no humans mucking around with the system. There's no humans going to buy Bitcoin and play around with that collateralization, all that sort of stuff. It's going to be no over the top yield like on Anchor was with 20% there as well. Not going to be any faulty mechanisms between going back and forth between stablecoin and the algo coin, for example, or in this case, UST and Luna there. So it's going to be none of those issues. This is going to be full DeFi, fully automated with little stability miner bots, which you can help fund and, of course, keep the PUSD pegged. It's going to be pretty clever like that. There's going to be massive rewards potentially on here as well, including Algo, PUSD, and of course Flex Token. Flex Token is the incentive token on the platform. Anything you do on the platform, you're going to get rewarded with, and of course you're going to get paid with fees from the V3 liquidity pool, which is going to be pretty nice as well. So you're going to be able to earn lots of sweet rewards. You're going to be able to stake the main tokens as well, and you're going to be able to, a lot of that will be locked away, higher, longer pays better, and that sort of stuff. So it's going to be fun to see with far more modest yields on those, but sweet. So looking forward to that. Now, sacrifice is open at the moment. You can sacrifice on a Pulsechain or Ethereum. Now, remember, the sacrifice, not all sacrifices are created equal. This one here is 75% of the funds are going to go straight back into set up the liquidity pools. So that's set up like 4 or 5 liquidity pools. And of course, they do have to meet certain capital requirements. So we're going to hear back from Jacob around that. And of course, that's where a lot of the funds will go. 25% is going to go to the stability miner to kick that off straight away. 50% in the liquidity pools, and of course they do have to reach capital requirements. So note that that is one thing they have to do there. Now you can use stable coins, any of these coins here on Ethereum or Pulsechain. You just have to send them to this address at the top here, and you will then be able to participate. Now I have a referral link for 19% in the video description, which is pretty much the second highest. You can use that to get in there. We have got 11 days left on the current regime for the sacrifice process. We're on day 34 of 45, and of course, if you do over $1,000. Then you also get a second bonus, which is called Bonus X. And of course, that's between 1.01 and 2. That's a random number you'll get for that. So I don't know what it will be, but if you do over $1,000, that's what it will be. But in any case, if you're not doing over 1,000, you will get 90% bonus using the link in the video description. And I've done a couple of videos with Jacob on this channel. So you can check out both those videos. They are very popular. So get and check them out. And Jacob goes through a lot of the good stuff, especially the last one we did. So hopefully that helps. All right, not bad at all. Let's wrap up today. What a show it has been. What was your favorite protocol on Pulsechain 2023? I think we went through a good number of them, and man, we have had some real good quality DEX aggregators, DEXs, GameFi, NFTs, NFT marketplaces, NFT collections. We've had on-ramps, all sorts, stablecoin, fiat on-ramps, crypto on-ramps, and off ramps. It's pretty cool. We've got much more coming down the line. Credit cards, apparently, lots of other cool exits, things from liquid lines. It's going to be really fun. More is coming down the line for Pulsechain in 2024. It's going to be really cool. All right, what else there? We've got some other comments in there. Godwell says Teddy Bear, massive cup and handle. No financial advice, yada, says Godwell. So Godwell is full on into Teddy Bear. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream. An hour and 8 minutes. We're going to wrap up here. Now, if you want to continue the conversation, get into our Discord. If you want to get on-ramp fiat to Coast, use the link in the video description. That is Brian's referral link. Use that for Coast fiat on-ramp to Pulsechain directly. If you want to get onto PUSD Algo, the link for that with the 90% referral bonus is in the video description as well. If you want to join our Discord as a general member, $5 a month, links in the video description. If you want to join Strategy Club, which is amazing, multi-chain, we're looking at the best protocols to get the best returns in the bull market. That is also in the video description as well. So lots of fun. Now, obviously, we're looking forward to a fun 2024. I've got one more video for, I think, for the end of the year, tomorrow maybe. I think that, I'm not sure if that's my last day. I think it might be, I'm not sure. And then we're going to take a couple of days off. But yeah, looking forward to the Pulsechain conference with Matty Allen, all the influences on there. And of course, all the big projects are going to continue to roll out. Up to 180 projects plus they're going to be launching on Pulsechain. So we're going to be covering that next year as well. Is that too cool or what? Too cool for school? Hope you guys enjoyed it. Big thank you from Sandy Beach. You're welcome. Lots of love and popcorn and fire from Godwell. That's how we rock and roll there as well. Oh, one mention. Rack and Rochelle. Yes, the big VC, the biggest sacrificer on Pulsechain. He did post a video on his private account on YouTube just about an hour before this live stream, and that was covering Christmas giveaway that they did through one of their agencies. So there we saw Rack and Rochelle there out there. So you can check that on YouTube. I thought that was pretty fun. All right, so he is still around to some degree. Maybe not pushing Pulsechain or any of his protocols that he developed, but maybe he might do that after the SEC event is closed out with Richard. We'll see what happens in that space. Hit the like button, says go well. I can't say it much better than that. Big shout out. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed it. What is this last bit at the end here? Peace out. Take care. Bye for now.